Hello, I'm Toycat, and welcome back to a video. Today I'll be going through 10 simple suggestions for Minecraft 1.10 or Minecraft 1.0 that I think would massively improve the game and could be easily implemented. If you wonder what I mean exactly by that, basically a lot of people suggest stuff to Minecraft and just say, oh yeah, it'd be awesome if there were, a new type of temple which spawned in llamas. By the way, those llamas have guns because they're gangster llamas now. That sounds like an awesome idea at first, but it'd take a lot of time to implement. It wouldn't really be too Minecrafty, and I don't think a lot of people would like it. So today's ideas are going to be really simple ones that most people would like, that almost universally likable, and that would take very little time to implement. So yeah, hopefully you do enjoy the video. If you do, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot and increases the odds for Minecraft developer perhaps seeing it, because that's all I really want from this. But with that said, let's get straight into the first suggestion, which is the kind of proving point here that says how easy something could be to implement, because it's just new types of stairs and new types of slabs. So the best examples of this have to be andesite, granite, and diorite, because adding a new type of stair or slab isn't too difficult. It's taking the same texture and just having it over a different shaped block, but you could add a whole bunch of new blocks, because andesite, granite, and diorite were all added to the game as new building blocks. You can find them below ground, you can build with them, and a lot of people really have enjoyed that. But if you're not me, because I've been building with just the blocks myself, you might think, oh, it'd be awesome if we had granite stairs, except there is no such thing as granite stairs for no particular reason at all. I can't really work out what it is at all, and I think it'd make a bunch of sense to add those. Also, while we're at it anyway, we're adding new blocks and slabs, why not add prismarine slabs? Because, again, people are building from the new blocks, they're finding it really fun, but they just can't use the format they're happy with, and that just seems so bizarre to me. So yeah, I think new types of stairs and slabs, in particular andesite, granite, and diorite, would make so much sense, would take very little time to implement, and would make a lot of people happy, especially builders. So with that said, the second one is also kind of a builder happy one, because it's to do with the different types of wood. Slowly but surely over the last 5 or 6 updates, they've been adding stuff in that makes it so the different types of wood can be used for different things. So first it should be all the woods would give you the same oak planks, then all the different types of wood had their own types of planks, then those planks could be used for stuff like doors and fences, and why not go the step further and just make everything that way? Because now that boats are all different colours, why not make it so buttons can be different colours? Why not make it so pressure plates can be different colours? It just makes sense to finish up the whole list, because right now there's a few things that oddly have to be, oak wood in colour, which just doesn't make sense when you craft it from dark oak or, acacia wood or something. So yeah, different colours of wood, pressure plates, etc. Trapdoors, for instance, all that stuff should be coloured to all different colours of wood, and again, it would be relatively simple effort to just add it, and it'd make a lot of people happy. The third idea here has to be to do with diamonds, because diamond mining is really boring for a lot of people. There's no real strategy to it besides, go below ground and do this whole tunneling strategy, and I think keeping that in place is cool because people like that strategy. It's one of the cool parts of Minecraft, but I think something you could do is slowly increase or decrease the rate of diamonds based on the biome. So in the same way that emeralds spawn only in extreme hills, so it's something they can do, they can make it so the diamond rate, which I think it's like I've got the number up, but I think it's 3 blocks per chunk, in a normal biome, you can make it so it's like 3.5 chunks, 3.5 per chunk when you go to a snowy biome, or but if you're in a mesa biome, it goes down to 2.5. Just have small changes like that if you can learn, if people like who watch these videos, for instance, it'd be really awesome, because it means that which biomes are the best for diamonds, which ones are the best for that, and it's just a tiny change you can make to the game that most players don't even need to notice, but that could make a lot of people who play the game really seriously really happy. So yeah, I'd love to see diamonds spawn a little bit less or a little bit more based on the biome. The fourth idea here is to do with the compass. No one uses the compass, because what use does pointing towards spawn have? Admittedly, on PC I could see it being useful if you run for 20,000 blocks in one direction, but I really don't think it's too useful. So either change the compass altogether, or add a second functionality to it, where instead of pointing max to spawn, which again isn't too useful, it points towards the nearest structure. So the nearest structure could be a temple, it could be a village, it could be anything like that. But since those are the really exciting things, especially on the PC, I'd love to see the compass just point towards one of those, and it means that as long as there is a structure in your world, you can go out and you can find it using the compass, and you get excited to craft the compass because it allows you to find that stuff. And I just think, yeah, give the compass a use, make the compass let you find the nearest structure, and if at the very least not that, then maybe the fifth idea should be there, because making structures display on a map would be so handy. One, so you can give people a map and they'd be like, oh, there's a village over here, there's a jungle temple there. But two, I think it'd just be a really cool way to explore the map, because you craft a map and you're like, okay, nothing here, craft a bigger map, oh, okay, there's something over there, let's go towards it. So yeah, some way to find structures, whether it's the compass, whether it's the map, I just think that makes sense personally. Maybe they've tested it and there's some good idea, or maybe they just haven't thought of it, but either way, that's my idea right there. So the sixth idea is to do with redstone, and I know there's a lot of complexities when it comes to redstone, but I think the way redstone works right now, where it goes for 14 blocks and then it runs out, is a little bit outdated, and it really just, it seems kind of weird to me that you have to add the repeater. I'd like it if there was a way for redstone to go longer without a repeater, or make it so there's like a mega repeater that can make it go longer, because having to put those blocks in there kind of just makes things a bit messier. Again, maybe some people do like this, but to me, if redstone went for 100 blocks before it ran out, that would be so handy. So yeah, some way to make redstone go long without a repeater. Very simple idea, very kind of intuitive, intuitive, and something that I think would be almost universally good. The 7th one here is one that a lot of people do rebel against, but that I honestly do think is just a honestly good addition, because Craftable Saddle. So you might think, no, Toycat, I like going out and exploring for a saddle. I admit it is really cool that the saddle is one of the few ingredients you actually do need to find in the wild, but I think, you know, lots of people want to find a horse, and again, on the Pocket Edition, it's going to be a big old struggle, and if you just don't find any saddle anywhere, oh, you can't use horses. That's just a bummer. That's not exciting for anyone. I think having the saddle be a rare item still just doesn't make too much sense. At the very least, there should be some consistent way to make it. Maybe you can make it crafted from iron so people get it harder, but I just really like to see a craftable saddle. Again, maybe make it a horse saddle, like was actually removed from the game at one point, but I think a saddle that you can craft yourself instead of having to find just makes so much sense on a bunch of different levels, because otherwise you can run out of saddles in your world, and then what do? You just say, oh, okay, it's all over now, and that doesn't sound like a good idea to me. So the 8th idea here is seasons. This one might take a bit of time depending on how you want to implement it, but you know, just making it so the day/night cycle slowly shifts, whether it makes it longer days or longer nights based on the season. That sounds like a really awesome idea to me. You could do a whole bunch of other cool stuff with that, but just the simple matter of the day and night changing it's something that I find would be quite cool. So yeah, day-night changes slowly based on seasons. Maybe have some other cool stuff in there like regional difficulty, but still, that's that. Speaking of regional difficulty though, the 9th idea here is based on that, because chunk-based difficulty is one of the coolest ideas that came out in 1.6, I believe, but that really didn't make too much of an effect on the game. Like, do you play around chunk-based difficulty? Do you deliberately go in and out of chunks? I don't think anyone really does, and most people don't even notice it happens, because it's really subtle and it's over a really, really long period of time. So what I propose is something a bit more noticeable, even if it's over the same timescale. So for instance, as the difficulty goes up, maybe more skeletons spawn if you hate those, or maybe more creeper spawns it goes up. But, you know, you can maybe pick something based on that, or just, you know, random chunks have random chances of more mobs. I'd like to see something like that, so there's a bit more strategy than just it's random and sometimes it's slightly changing based on the length you've spent here, but really you need to have spent hours for that to be an effect. I don't really like that too much. I think chunk-based difficulty is an amazing idea, has to be overhauled in some way, and that is why it's the 9th idea. But the 10th idea here is one that I think would be probably one of the biggest and might take more than a few hours depending on how you want to balance it, but I think it's a really simple basic idea, which is just adding a second bow to the game and calling it the longbow. So the longbow, obviously the current bow would be the short bow. The longbow is such a cool idea because right now we have a tier of bow in Minecraft which can do quite a bit, like it kind of does all ranges, but it's not really too amazing, you know, at long distance, not really too amazing up close. It's kind of good in between those two, right? So why don't we make a bow, why don't we make this first bow really good for short ranges, like it fires really fast, then make this second bow, the new bow, the longbow, make this one really good at firing amazing distances, so if you need to get someone from 200 blocks away, there's a decent chance you might be able to do it with a serious amount of power. Make it like a sniper bow that takes longer to draw back and does more damage. I think that'd be a cool idea. What do you all think? Let me know with the comments down below. If there's any of those that you think, yeah, that's stupid, you know, that let me know too. But I really do think these are all ideas that would take hours to implement, and that are almost universally good. Like adding new slabs. Who's going to be like, oh, there's too many slabs in the game now, that's a problem. Or, you know, if they added, you know, a direction for thing, no one's going to be like, oh, I can find strongholds too easy, or not strongholds, I can find temples too easy now. I don't think anyone's going to think that, but let me know if you do with the comments, because those things are useful for that. Otherwise, please do like the video if you did like it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos just like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.